Hey, welcome to weekday coronavirus-driven mind stuff. My name is George Ortega, and this is episode number 54. I'm recording it on Wednesday, June 24th at 10:59 p.m. So I need to kind of like not talk so loudly. Hope you had a good day. All right, what I want to do is just gotta check something out for a minute. The Zoom thing used to have like this timer that showed how long this session had been in progress, but it doesn't. And what I want to do is I want to go through the well, let me see if I can, where's the clock? All right, it's 11 o'clock. All right, so I'm tired because it's been a long day. And what I want to do is, rather than just talking about whatever, I've been jamming a lot to Floyd, to some other groups. And as a matter of fact, I wanted to, I've got a 4-string bass, that's a standard bass. Then a while back I got a 5-string bass, and I just tuned it so like the 5th string is not the bottom B, which is very, very low sound. It's like a higher B or a C, whatever. And so anyways, like today, then I've got this electric guitar. It's a Fender Squier Stratocaster that it's a entry-level guitar. I used to use it, but anyway, I'm going to convert it into a 6-string bass. So I was doing that. I was had to order a drill bit to be able to like drill into the head of the neck, whatever. Anyways, like what I want to do, because I'm tired and I don't take the energy to think so much, I'm just going to go through some of the headlines. Apparently stuff is going on. So, and hopefully I will I'll be able to not go over the time, just keep track of the time. I got it ended, I guess, around 11:25 or so. So, all right, so like, okay. The House Judiciary is having hearings on political interference at the Justice Department. Yeah, I mean, like, these people are like, they're just like, they're treasonous. I mean, they have no regard for rule of law. And I hope not only do they get completely booted out in November and the Republican Party pays a steep price, but I hope some of them go to prison, afterwards, because like what they've done, we value our democracy, we value our government. We don't want a dictatorship. We don't want a government that flouts the law, just that holds people above the law. So, all right. So yeah, I mean, really take them to task. I mean, like and then like once they're out, we got to create laws so this never happens again. Some schmuck like Trump should never be allowed to do what he did, do what he's doing. All right. So anyway, all right, CNBC. Here are the 8 states that trigger coronavirus quarantines for travelers going to New York. All right, so apparently, like New York was the epicenter. I guess maybe we still are, I don't know. But a lot of the southern states who just were reckless, irresponsible, they now they're having these high spikes. People are like, thousands of cases each day. And it's like, so, the governors of Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey are not going to allow them to come here. They're going to have to quarantine for 2 weeks, and they're going to be checking people who drive up here and stuff. So absolutely. All right. Stocks tumble as coronavirus cases surge. Well, yeah, I mean, like, even if the coronavirus cases weren't surging, those stocks are going down. I mean, they're about 25,000 now, 25.4 or something. They'll probably come down to below 20, by the end of the summer, by the fall. I think they lost 700 points today, and because this, you can view this theologically. This is like a chastening, a punishment against people who've just been doing a lot of bad, for personal gain, and it's a punishment. I mean, this coronavirus is punishment on all of us for the way we treat these farm animals. Okay, appeals court orders judge to dismiss Michael Flynn case. Yeah, again, this is an example of the treasonous nature of this administration. They are breaking laws. They're breaking, if not laws, they're breaking. Yeah, I think that they probably are breaking laws with this. I mean, it's a judge doing it, but judges have guidelines for their decisions. They can't just decide anything. And so maybe this will go to the Supreme Court, who knows? And not that they, Trump appointees, are any better, but okay. Let's see. I'm not going to read all of them, just like, ones that sound kind of like interesting. I don't know what this means. Hearing goes off CNN rails when lawmaker keeps banging table. You gotta wonder. All right. Okay. CNBC again. Millions of Americans will fall off an income cliff when extra $600 in unemployment benefits ends next month. Yes, and they're not going to fall off the cliff. Sorry. I mean, we're not going to allow that to happen. Basically, what will happen is like we'll create jobs or we'll give them more money. It's smarter to create jobs, but our politicians aren't all that bright. What can I tell you? Okay. Oh, Windows 10 has a new start menu. Yet it's not here yet, but whatever. Okay, why more states could legalize cannabis in 2021? Well, I think New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut will probably legalize either this year or next year. And once those three states, legalize, then, it just makes sense for and actually with Biden as president, will probably, reverse. In other words, like the cannabis laws hold that cannabis is as dangerous as heroin when it's actually less dangerous than alcohol, cigarettes. So yeah, and a lot of minorities, Black people especially, Hispanics, they just get imprisoned, for this, and they get these records that don't allow them to hold jobs and stuff. It's really a racist policy. All right. New York Times, virus cases are soaring in Texas, but closing down again is a last option. Yeah, well, it may be a last option, but guess what? You guys are closing. Otherwise, otherwise, so, all right, another New York Times. Tucson police in turmoil after death of Latino man in custody. Okay, so more, and they're still doing it, the police. I mean, like like from a psychological standpoint, I think the psychological profile of some police officers and some criminals are remarkably similar. I mean, like this isn't new. This is, people have known this for decades. It's just an interesting kind of like I don't want to like, the police in general do a very good job and they're very brave. They're very courageous. They run toward trouble, when most of us would run away. So, you have to really appreciate the kind of work they do, but, there's this, what's known as this the blue wall or something, where like even the good police officers will not call out or hold accountable the police officers who aren't good. And I'm sorry, that, you know, that just doesn't work. That, you know, they have to hold each other much more accountable with things like this. Okay, Wall Street Journal, coronavirus cases are accelerating across US, no duh. Okay. What else? Okay, Europe travel ban could hurt US airlines even more during pandemic. All right, so basically the European Union is gonna not allow Americans into their countries. And then it's all Trump's fault, you know, I mean, like, had we been doing what we should have been doing? And a lot of people, you know, in other words, like, many of these travelers are not tourists. There's a lot of it is business travel. So business is gonna like falter, you know, a lot of these negotiations have to be done in person, whatever. So, so yeah, the European Union not allowing Americans into their countries for the foreseeable future is really not good. And so again, something else that Trump is responsible for, and hopefully people will hold him accountable for. You know, it remains to be seen. Okay. Oh, here's some local news. Ritz-Carlton to get major makeover in White Plains. I'm not going to go into whatever. All right, well, all right, there isn't all that much news. Yeah, no, that's, let me see some other stories, because I really, you know, I got about 15 more minutes left to this. And I'm tired. I just, you know, I don't want to think. If I do it this way, I'm thinking it'll be done for me. Okay. Black progressives appear to surge in primaries while Trump-backed candidates lose. Yeah, like Elliot Spitzer, that schmuck who was caught on a hot mic saying that if he weren't up for re-election, he wouldn't care about the Black Lives Matter movement. You know, thank good riddance. You know, a black gay guy defeated him apparently. So apparently, like, you know, progressives are just like, you know, they're pretty much to a certain extent taking out people like Elliot Engel, you know, who you know, they claim to be Democrats. They, you know, they talk a good game, but you know, they are not good people in a lot of ways. Okay. Trump administration moving to close federally funded COVID testing sites. The guy is like, you know, God should just strike him dead. God shouldn't allow him to live another day. For goodness sake, I mean, the guy, you know how many people are dead now that would be alive if he weren't a president? You know, I mean, yeah, let's all pray that God just, like, you know, this ball of fire just comes down and just zaps him into like oblivion. Okay. Yeah, there's not all that much news. I may have to just talk about whatever, because like, not all that much is going on. Not, you know, that you don't already know. Yeah, Washington Post. Analysts say Barr is eroding Justice Department independence without facing any real consequence. Well, maybe God will strike him dead too. I tell you. Yeah, these guys are like, you know, they're criminal. And again, you know, they're just not as important as our democracies, as our country. So they're going down. I mean, like, you know, it's just a matter of time. And again, you know, we will need to reinforce laws, create new laws to prevent anything like this ever happening again. Because apparently, you know, the laws are too lax in you know, what attorney generals can get away with, what the president can get away with, you know. So that's got to be done. Okay. All right, so they've got like charts of, you know, the US overall. It's kind of like the rates of COVID-19 are increasing somewhat, but like in Arizona, South Carolina, Florida, Texas, Arkansas, these red states that just, you know, they don't trust science. They're just like, they're like Neanderthals. They're just like clueless people. And so like, you know, the case is going up. I mean, like, okay. I mean, some of this stuff, it's like, you know, all right, now, maybe I've done enough of the headlines. So I've got about 12 more minutes of this. So what else? What else? What else? Oh, my, you know, I've got Sprint as, you know, my internet provider and my phone. And service has been so horrible. You know, I attended one of the rabbis here in White Plains, Rabbi Bronstein's Parsha talk, you know, portion of the Torah talk, a weekly portion earlier, and it was just barely working. You know, before that, when I was hosting my group last night, it just kept kicking me off. It just, you know, because it didn't have enough bandwidth. So I hope this is just a temporary thing. And I mean, like, you know, I kind of don't really blame Sprint. I mean, and actually, I don't blame Trump and those guys either, because I don't believe in free will. I believe that God controls everything. You know, God's will is what happens. So apparently, God didn't want me, you know, on the internet these evenings. And actually, you know, what I just did, because, like, you know, for over a month, I was hosting daily, 7 days a week, Zoom events, you know, starting at 9, from 9 to 11. Sometimes they would go till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And it got to be, you know, pretty overwhelming, I guess. It just, like, you know, it just wore me down. And so like now I've got like a, I got to do one more thing. Because I just created an event, you know, for Monday, July 6th and all, but now I've got this other event that I've got to like cancel. But anyway, I'm just going to have Monday and Friday, I'm going to have events. The rest of the time, I may join other, you know, like there's a Tuesday group that I join, and then the rabbis talk on Wednesday night, and then there's another rabbis. So there's a few groups that I attend that I'm not hosting, and so I'll continue doing those. Some of them are during the day, which is nice. 11:18. Okay, and how much time we got? Oh yeah, 9 minutes left. Okay, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? This is, I mean, you know, when I start something, you know, it's like I just go with it until I'm not able to. And like, you know, doing a show, like, it doesn't really matter to me how few people watch this. To me, this is kind of like art. You know, I put it, you know, I show it on in White Plains. I put it up on YouTube, whatever. And it's kind of like, this is an art form, whatever. And so like, you know, it's, I couldn't justify stopping because, you know, half an hour each day. What I can definitely afford, you know, to do this. I have the time, and I mean, to the extent that I run out of things to say, well, then the show becomes, I think, probably more interesting, you know. how many videos do you watch and listen to where the person just is like on there, just like, now what? I don't know. Which is probably why not too many people watch this, which is fine. Again, I keep on envisioning that eventually, let's say 20, 30 years, people are going to want to know how this time was like, and artificial intelligence will just like cull through all these videos and newspaper articles and you know, opinion pieces and all, and just put together really you know, insightful analysis. Well, what am I going to do after this? I mean, I want to play bass, but I'm too tired. So, well, actually, you know, I'm going to, there's this show on Channel 13. I forget what the woman's name is, Armagon something, I don't know, and Company. And I don't know if it's an hour, I don't know if it starts at 11 or 11:30, but I think it goes till 12. And so I'm going to check out, see what that's about. And then tomorrow, what am I doing tomorrow? I don't know. I mean, I definitely want to, like, you know, well, naturally I'm going to play a lot of bass guitar. That's like my thing now, you know, whenever like I'm like, so now what would I do? And like, it's not a question anymore. Play bass guitar, you know, I mean, unless I'm too tired or something. But and that's really cool because I'm playing. I must have played like three hours today, maybe 4. Who knows? And I'm getting better. And I'm getting a little over ambitious. Again, the 6-string bass thing. I want to also like see, because I also want to get good at electric lead, you know, with just a regular guitar. And so the advantage of a 6-string bass is that I can like play along to songs as if I were playing lead guitar, you know, on electric guitar, but it's an octave lower. And so like, what I'm hoping is that I'll get much, much better at that, and then eventually transition or also play lead guitar, you know, and I'll have hopefully gotten a lot better. I mean, the scaling of the neck is a bit different, you know, the bass guitar necks, even a short scale bass is still few inches longer than for example, than my Squire, my Fender Squire or whatever. But you know, I hope I mean, I don't think I'll be over ambitious with that, because like what I'm finding is that I'm really focused now. So in other words, if it turns out that the 6-string, you know, because the 2 extra strings, they basically, you know, if you know like how guitar works, the first 4 strings, lowest strings, you know, follow a pattern, you know, but then the last 2 strings just break that pattern in terms of like they're 1 fret away from the pattern established in the first 4 strings, whatever. And so like that's what I'm afraid of might mess me up, but I'll give it, it probably won't. All right. Oh, I know what I want to do later. I'm listening to this audiobook on, you know, progressive rock. You know, they talk about Yes, King Crimson, you know, Jethro Tull, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, just these pioneers. You know, Floyd, of course, of progressive rock, and it's you know, so I'll probably like fall asleep listening to that. What else I got to do tomorrow? It's Thursday. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. So about less than 4 minutes go in this. And so, yeah, so, you know, my upload speed, I checked it before starting this, and apparently it's really much, much faster than usual. It's usually, it's like between 1 and 2. I think the upload speed was like 4, so probably take like 5 minutes to upload this when I'm done. Which would be great, because then again, I want to watch a little TV, and I'm a little hungry still. I just had half a mango. Mangoes are so good. To me, I mean, there's a lot of peaches are really, really good too. I hardly ever eat peaches though. But to me, mangoes, like they're the most, you know, delicious. So I'm wondering if that other half is going to last the night. But what else? What else? What else? So I've been really good about keeping this apartment straightened up recently. And I've been really productive recently. It's pretty cool. Getting stuff done. Let's see. Whoa, the 2-minute warning. Oh, I'm walking through town, but like I avoided people a lot of the time today, but tomorrow I'm going to avoid people a lot more. You know, like what I was doing is I was sitting against the building, just overlooking the Ritz Crown Plaza, and then there's a lot of sky back there. You know, they're building a building in front that used to be the old White Plains Pavilion Mall. You know, it was like Office Max and Borders, Books, and a few other stores. Toys R Us was once there. Sports Authority was once there. So anyway, it's this big pit in the ground. So like, it's got a great view. So I was just sitting there, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of that. You know, just yeah, because I you know, and even like, you know, I was sitting in another place, and like this woman walks by, and she walks like 2 feet away from me when she could have like walked like 15 feet away. I don't get people. Whatever. All right. So so I hope you're having a good Thursday. And I hope you're keeping safe. And you know, catch the shows Monday through Friday on White Plains Community Media Channel, 76 Optimum, 45 Verizon, or on YouTube, or on their site. If you know, they have them all up there. And yeah, this is interesting. It's like, I don't know, maybe I could just read stuff. No, eventually I'm getting close to where I'll be able to like jam. So if I run out of stuff to say, I'll be jamming on bass guitar pretty soon, hopefully. All right, I'll catch you next time.